Anybody else here to testify in support? Proceed when you're ready.
Thank you, Chairman. Members of the committee, Susan Myers of the 20th. As a woman who concealed carries and volunteers my time to help educate and train other women in the use of firearms, I have to tell you, I find the concept of gun-free zones to be repugnant. You disarm us in the name of imaginary safety, leaving us without adequate means of self-defense should we face a threat. A threat, mind you, that does not and will not obey any law you might conceive and subject the rest of us to. Every time a woman has to take public transit, this restrictive policy forces them to be unarmed, not just while on that bus or train, but throughout her entire day. Are you picking up on a theme here? This is wrong, and this ban, along with many others, needs to be lifted. 31% of gun owners, or approximately 25.3 million adult Americans, have used a firearm in self-defense. Of those, 81.9% did not have to pull the trigger. Only 18.1% fired their gun. For 50.9%, showing the gun ended the threat. And for nearly a third, 31%, the would-be victim simply telling them they had a gun kept them safe. So from this, we can deduce that gun owners are not a bunch of quick-tempered numbskulls to be feared if allowed to exercise their right to carry for self-defense, even on buses and trains. With the Supreme Court's Bruin decision last June, we were reminded that many of these sensitive places' carry bans will likely not withstand the text and history tests they need to pass in order not to be found in violation of our Second Amendment. It is my hope that both chambers of this legislative body will finally see the time as right and get out in front of an eventual SCOTUS ruling on gun-free zones. There will be arguments put forth today in strenuous opposition to this bill. Let me remind the committee and everyone testifying that interest balancing was undertaken by our founders, who then proceeded to include the Second Amendment as written. As such, interest balancing of perceived public safety concerns outweighing the right of an individual is no longer an allowable excuse to infringe upon our inalienable rights. So let me bring it back to why I'm here. 27% of female firearms owners have used a firearm in self-defense. We are not defenseless females, except that is when you disarm us. Thank you.
Thank you for testimony. Any questions for this? Hearing none, thank you.